Physicality, competition, and fun. That's what it all comes down to in training camp. With the rain coming down at the Brickyard, you'd think that would suit the game of TJ Pitts and Tyree Burnett, but neither number 5 could find the end zone in the first half, and it's tied at 0. They were the days. There was middle school football things. I was never good at making them or paper airplanes, so back to you, Kiki. NASCAR arrives at Dover International Speedway for the first of 2 races this year. The talk around the track surrounds NASCAR's most popular driver, Dale Earnhardt Jr., and him parting ways with crew chief and cousin Tony Eury Jr. It's a major change to the race team, but owner Rick Hendrick pulled the plug, so it's a fresh start for the 88 team, and it begins this Sunday.
There isn't one thing you can put your finger on as to why it didn't work, and I'm not hiding any blame from anyone.
We did not get the result there that we were looking for. The decision was made by Mr. Hendrick that it was a time for a change.
Now qualifying for Sunday's big race, and here is who's on the pole. David Rudiman, his hot streak continues after winning his first ever race last week in Charlotte. Casey Kane also starts in the front row. Third's Juan Pablo Montoya, followed by Reed Sorensen. Last year's winners up in Dover, Greg Biffle and Kyle Busch, start 5th and 6th. 7th's A.J. Allmendinger and Jimmy Johnson is 8th. Starting 9th will be Brian Vickers. Rounding out the top 10 is Elliott Sadler. Local boxer Fernando Guerrero and his June 19th opponent meet face-to-face for the first time at today's press conference. The Black Diamond Lounge in Fruitland was filled with excitement. Both fighters certainly had plenty to say, which made for quite the entertaining press conference. Brian Norman's the more experienced fighter and did fight for a title in December of 2007. Now, for this fight, Fernando's moving up in weight. They agree on a catch weight of 166 pounds, which is almost 9 pounds heavier than what he weighed during his last fight against Gabriel Rosado. There's a total of 6 bouts on the card, with Fernando fighting in the 8-round main event. We're only a few weeks away until the Wacomico Youth and Civic Center will be rocking once again. But in the meantime, let the talking begin.
Somebody's got to break, you know, and that's one of the things that I use when I was in the amateur with Hal. You put 2 dogs, and one of them is going to back down. I always feel like I'm the top dog.
I'm going to test his mind, I'm going to test his body, I'm going to test his training, I'm going to test his skills, I'm going to test everything about him. I'm a fighter. He hasn't been in a fight yet.
He's a great kid. The only difference is, the only thing that will change about this young man is he will no longer have an O at the end of his record. That's the only difference.
I've known Fernando for a long, long time, and I can tell you, he's that racehorse that does not like another racehorse coming up next to him, and those are the ones that win the Kentucky Derby. I got a Kentucky Derby winner over there.
Wow, some fighting words already from both sides. The stage is set for Friday, June 19th. This will be the 3rd time in a year Fernando fights in front of his hometown crowd in Salisbury. Remember, his brother Alex will make his professional debut earlier in the night. Tickets are still available. Plenty of great seats to be had. After losing 8 straight, the Delmarva Shorebirds are on a 5-game winning streak. The Shorebirds going for the sweep against Kannapolis. Current Baltimore Oriole Luke Scott here on a rehab assignment. His first at bat, he smacked a solo home run. Top of the 4th, tied at 1. The Intimidators looking to make something happen. Luis Bernardo guns down the runner, trying to steal second. Bottom half of the inning, Scott stepping into the batter's box. His second at bat, he draws a walk and the free pass. Bottom of the 6th, same score. Scott leading off the inning, comes right through with a base hit into right. He'd be taken out of the game for a pinch runner. Later in the inning, Kyle Hudson, who replaced Scott, is on third. Joe Mahoney sends a high fly to left, deep enough to plate Hudson, and Shorebirds go on to win 4-3. To high school baseball, Parkside hosting Bennett in the 2A Reese Regional Semifinals. Bottom of the 1st, Parkside has a runner on first base. Seth Ilian smacks a double down the left field line. The ball rolls to the fence. Run scores easily, 1-0 Rams. Top 2nd, back come the Clippers. Ryan Holland sends this pitch over the head of Cody Kaufman in right. Game tied at 1. Bennett wasn't done. Next batter, Kyle Barker singles through the right side. Clippers take a 2-1 lead. Ethan Coffey gets out of the inning, including a 6-4-3 double play. That would be huge because Parkside comes back to win. 4-3 was the final. Over in the 2A East Regional Softball Final, undefeated Easton squared off against Rising Sun. Game was a pitcher's duel. Warriors starter Shelby Taylor, top of the one, despite 2 walks in the inning, strikes out the side. Bottom half of the inning, Easton with a runner on second, trying to get a run in the lead. No can do. They strand the runner. Still, Taylor was the difference, giving up just 1 hit and striking out 18. So all pretty much Easton needs to do is just score a run. They do so in the second when Caitlin Mister gets the bloop single to center. Katie Patchett scores. The defending state champs move on. 2-zip is the final. Boys lacrosse 3A, 2A semifinals, state semifinal. Easton falls to Centennial 17-10. The Warriors come up short of a state title. And that's all the time we have for sports. Travis McClintock gets to step on the field as a wide receiver during warm-ups and practice. The only game-time action the Greenbrier East grad sees is when he's holding the ball for the kicker.
Anything I can do to help this team win and to achieve all of our goals, I'm glad to do it.
So far this season, Travis is like his predecessor, George Shield, perfect. He owes the perfection to practice.
I feel like I've been doing it for years just because I've got so many reps in practice. And now I've got 2 games under my belt. Of course, we scored a lot, so I've had a lot of opportunities.
While McClintock is able to say he plays for the Mountaineers and gets to play in games, he's a little let down when he's not able to play receiver during mop-up times.
You just accept your role, and I know that he didn't want to risk the possibility of maybe getting hurt and then we're not having a holder. So, you know, that's something I just have to accept.
For every player that's in a situation like Travis McClintock, they have to decide if they want to stay or go to a smaller college to get more playing time, and Travis is glad he stayed at WVU.
I love all these guys and my teammates, other guys that came in with me, and I'm blue and gold through and through.
While Travis McClintock may never catch a pass, he is a starter on a team that has national championship hopes. In Morgantown, Jason Mealy, Newswatch 4 Sports. To win the Iron Mountaineer, a player has to show the most improvement in the offseason. Teammates this season voted Steve Slayton, Mark Magro, and Pat Liebig the Iron Mountaineers. But while they get the glory and the trophy, Bob Dickinson of Ansted is the one who hand makes the 6.2-pound trophy made entirely of West Virginia coal, and it's the coal that makes this trophy so special.
Well, they can go get a bronze statue or something made out of the trophy material. They can come to me and get one made out of coal.
Sculpting coal trophies is Bob's home business. His daughters and wife and 1 employee have a hand in making the handmade specialty trophies. Bob's only one of 4 people in the country that makes these types of trophies. Since word got out that he makes the Iron Mountaineer, business has boomed, so much in fact that Bob rarely gets to see his beloved Mountaineers.
I'm a hardcore WVU fan. Been there for life. I like WVU. Yeah.
So in a kind of an odd sense of way, is this kind of being a part of the team?
Yeah, it makes me feel part of it. Matter of fact, the other day when I went up and took the trophies up there, I was in there and the boys was remember lifting and stuff, and I always hold them up and they kind of get a little excited. And I said, look, I told the coaches, I said, I don't want any sissies getting a hold of this trophy. And they said, don't worry, it won't happen.
While Bob is a fan of the team, the winners of the trophy are fans of Bob.
I mean, it's a special gift that who made it, I think it's a special gift, and I'm happy he took time out to make it for me.
It really is a beautiful trophy, and it's exciting that it was made out of a lump of coal, and it's a piece of art. It's thrilling.
In the weight room in the off-season, coal is the prize that will have special memories for the few that are lucky enough to win Bob's work.